metal-heads.de.
Hello Metalheads, it's Sunday and we're in Cologne, E-Werk. With me are the guys of Monster Truck. Perhaps if you would introduce yourself to our audience first.
I'm Jeremy Weiderman, I play guitar.
I'm John Harvey, also known as Marv, and I sing and play bass.
Okay, nice to have you here and thanks for the time. As I told you before, last weekend I saw The Wild in Düsseldorf. Now you're here, and earlier this year I saw The Glorious Sons. Are Canadian rock bands going to invade Europe, or what's going on?
I don't know, that's up to you. You guys decide whether or not we can invade. We've been coming here a long time, and it's always been one of our favorite places to tour. Every time we come, there's always the people from before plus a bunch more, and it makes it easy on us to know that we're always going to have a fan base here when we show up. And like I said, it really is one of our favorite places in the world to be and to play shows.
Oh yeah, I just love it. Germany's amazing. It's always been a place really close to our hearts, and we love coming here. So really happy to be here now.
So are the fans in Europe are more dedicated to rock and roll than in Canada or USA?
Yeah, it seems like it seems like there's more rock and roll fans. It seems like they're more passionate about live shows. Not as much cell phones in the air, more just drinking beer, having fun, singing along. And I think in the beginning that I used to think that was specific to rock music. And then you see that all kinds of other bands come here too. And I really, as much as the rock scene is and the metal scene is strong in Germany, I think it's just a general sense that people appreciate good music and live shows, and that they're always willing to go out and support their favorite bands, whether it's rock or pop or rap or whatever. So it's just nice to see that people still support live music, and it's part of the reason that we keep coming back.
What is it like in Canada? I know here in Cologne today I can choose between 3 or 4 shows, and that's every week. So do you have as many shows as we here, or is it less?
It's less. It's way less. I don't really know what that. I mean, it has a lot to do with the fact that there aren't as many good venues.
Toronto's okay. Yeah. Like Toronto has the same idea where it's like, every night there's multiple events, multiple shows going on, all different genres, but it's like Toronto, maybe Montreal, maybe Vancouver, and this country's so big, it's just there's no real way to cultivate a scene of that size and to really make it worth people's while to come and put shows on, because there's not like there's just 10 shows in one night. Like, not all those shows are going to be good. You know what I mean? So it's a very Canada's an interesting place to tour because there's just not the people. We only have like 32 million people. Like it's gigantic. Costs so much money to get across it and everything else. It's just
hard for the bands. It's hard for the bands just because it's such a huge amount of travel. The province that we live in is as big as a lot of the bigger, like 5 times, 10 times bigger than some of the countries that we go to. So it's tough. Our hometown is tough. It's got about 600, 700,000 people, but we don't have a venue for 500 to 800 people. There's no bands that can, like, even we can't play in our hometown, even though it's a big city, because there's no venue for us to play in. So there's a lot of different issues going on, and but like he said, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, same thing. Shows every night, craziness, lots of good bands.
I think when I start counting alone, in Cologne there are 12, 15 venues from 50 people up to 10,000. Yeah. Well, on the other hand, it's hard for a band to play here because there's so many other bands playing here, and you really have to earn the audience. Mm-hmm. Did you experience that, or is it always when you come here to Germany or Europe, hey, all are going wild and crazy?
I don't know if it's always wild and crazy. It doesn't need to be. I think the main thing is just that there's people there. Sometimes we play shows and it seems like people aren't as interested. But they're listening. They're really listening to the music, and they're really appreciative between songs, clapping and cheering and buying merch and records and stuff like that. And it's different everywhere you go, and it's different every night of the week too. Some nights of the week, people are coming out to the show, but they have to go to work tomorrow. Some nights, like last night's Saturday night, people are drinking and having a great time because it's Saturday night. So different everywhere, but we've always had tons of support in Germany, and people have always come out to the shows, even from the first time that we came here to every other time since then. It's always been going up and up and up and up, and that's something that we don't have everywhere that we go. You know, we go to a lot of places in America, and it's a real struggle to get people to come and then to keep coming afterwards, and that's something that we just haven't experienced in Germany. And again, just keep going back to the same thing. It's why we come, why we always come, because it's always good, and it always is fun.
Great to hear. What you said about cell phones, interesting. I was a few weeks ago at Hellstorm, and Lizzie said, okay, now put your cell phones up in the air. Yeah. I'm an old guy. In my days, it was a lighter. Yeah. So what is it when you play? Cell phones or lighters?
Who did that, Lizzie?
Lizzie, yeah.
See, we love her, but I think she's used to touring in America, right? Like, I wouldn't do that in Germany. Wouldn't do that anywhere, but
it was a young audience.
Yeah, I mean, did they do it?
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I take lighters any day. We don't have to ask people to put them up. We just play a ballad and they go up. You know, and especially in UK and Germany, we play one of our ballads. We only usually put in one per show. When we play that song, usually the lighters go up without us having to say anything. And I always thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, I always take the lighters over the cell phones. And I think I really, really believe that, like, going to a good movie or going to, an art gallery, or sometimes even grocery shopping. I really enjoy grocery shopping, and those are the moments in my life that I do try and put the cell phone down. And, maybe you get your one picture or your one moment that you want to remember it by, but I don't think it's something that should be out for the whole show. And you do see people filming the whole show, and it makes you wonder if they're really watching it while it's happening, and if they're going to end up watching the little video later and it's all. So it's tough for me. For what? And usually there's people covering the show that'll have the content up later that's better than the stuff you're going to get, and then you missed out while you were there. So I don't know. I don't like to complain about it too much. It is certainly the way that the world is going, and people are going to do what they want to do. And if people want to have a live video, or at the end of the day, they're supporting your band. They've paid their money to come into the show. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to shoot photos, they want to shoot video, and they want to do it all show. As long as they're not bothering the person behind them, I can't get too upset about it. They're at the concert. I like them a lot better than the person who stayed home.
Yeah, because they're paying for tickets. Yeah. That leads me to my next question. Do you come out after the show to the merch, and go meet the fans, taking photos, signing CDs, or is it just for VIP tickets only?
Nah, see, we've never done the meet and greet thing. It seems weird to me to charge more to have people come meet you. I know a lot of bands have been doing that, and again, I'm not going to say that that's wrong, because everyone needs to do what they need to do to survive, and it's definitely tougher than it used to be a band, and make money. It's something that we've tried to do, especially on shows like these. Harder at the arena shows, where it's a little bit of the merch table's half a kilometer away, but we have been trying to get out to the merch table. We've done it the last 2 shows on this tour, and not only I think is it good for the fans who really want to meet the band or get a signature or a photo, but it's been great for us too, because we sometimes forget how much of an impact some of our songs can have on people, and how much people have enjoyed the albums over the years. And especially when it's been so long since we've been to these places. Like, we haven't been to Germany in about a year, more than a year. So when you finally come again, and people really do appreciate, they're really appreciative. I was telling my girlfriend about this the other night, about how it makes it so much easier for us to travel and be uncomfortable, and in a dressing room all day, or on the bus all night trying to sleep while it's bouncing down the highway. It's easier when you feel that appreciation from people, and you really get a sense of that when you go to the merch table.
Yeah, when I look around, white walls, no groupies.
Yeah, we work too. Like we try and fill the day up with things to do. You know, I've got projects on the go on my laptop, and you know he'll be playing a lot of acoustic guitar, and it's kind of almost opened up my life a little bit more to like get more done. You know, so we're pretty involved with taking care of the social media for the band, as well as working on the merchandise, as well as trying to keep up on like ad mats and like stuff that we're going to be posting about to try and help people know that we're coming to their town and that they should come to the show. So yeah, no, there's no complaining. You know, we have one of the best jobs in the world, and again, that's part of going to the merch table and seeing all the people that you can affect with the music, and they're appreciative that you've come out to say hello, and it's all just a big circle of support, and you know, it allows us to keep coming back again.
So I don't know when you arrived here, but I think it was in the morning. What are you doing all day on tour?
I just go for walks usually, hang out, you know, just normal things, like same things I would do at home. It's not the most fun, like sitting around all day, but you know, you try not to. You try to see what you can and experience the city you're in. So that's pretty much what I do. I don't really have an agenda, you know. I have some things to get done, but not so much.
Do you have time for sightseeing in the big cities?
Oh yeah, you just have to get up and do it.
Yeah, like so. This is what we did today. Yeah. Try to make sure that people in Spain know that we're coming in 3 weeks. So this is what you do now as a band. You have to do the things that you maybe didn't have to do 10, 15 years ago. You get the laptop out and you design an Instagram post for people in Spain so that they know that you're coming. You know, maybe he does a live video talking to the fans. We're talking about a lot about merchandise, getting new shirts and new stuff ready for different tours. It's you know, you got to have, you know, you guys know you have to have 4 jobs now, right? Yeah. Yeah, you have to interview and cut the video and work on the audio and be a social media person and have a website and work on t-shirts and so it's, yeah, everyone has
corporate design.
I really believe that's a huge part of being in the music industry these days, and it doesn't matter whether you're at a label or a management company. You have to be able to do 4 or 5 jobs, and if you can't do 4 or 5 jobs, you need to go do 1 job, but not in the music industry.
Oh, that's fucking right.
You do one job way better than everyone else.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of somebody who would be a perfect example of that. Like I don't know, Rival Sons. They do a lot of social media too, but they do one job really well.
Europe, I think February or March again.
Yeah. Of course, they're just like us. You know, they know where the bread is buttered.
They did a great tour with Black Sabbath.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were lucky enough to see Black Sabbath at what was the festival in Belgium? Grass Pop. We saw them there. It was amazing, and we played with Rival Sons a couple times, and you know they're amazing band. Yeah.
Our Glory Sons supported the Stones in France this year. Are there any bands you would like to support or to tour with?
I'd like to play with Elder, but I don't know if that would be the best match because they're just so do you know Elder, the band Elder? Okay, yeah, they're a new prog metal band. I'm trying to think of a band that we'd like to play with.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, you know. Well, no dreams.
We've been in the very lucky position of touring with so many amazing bands over the years. It's so many situations I never really imagined that we would be in. It seems like greedy to dream bigger than we've already gotten to. I don't know if that's, maybe we need to have bigger dreams or maybe we need to have like higher aspirations, but we really just want to be able to headline a lot now. Like we've done so many opening tours. We did a lot of arena tours, Deep Purple and Slash and Nickelback and all that stuff. And at the end of the day now, we're really just excited to get out there and do our headlining set to the people that, you know, come to these opening slots and are like, you only play for 30 minutes. You only play for 40 minutes. I want to see a headline. We want to get back to those places and do that. Do
you like the smaller places or bigger venues?
We like it all. There's something really great about every situation. If you're playing in a small venue, you're really going to get that intimate experience where people tend to reciprocate that energy a lot more, and it gets wild. And then there's other times you get to play the arena, and the stage is massive, and the sound is massive, and you really get kind of an awe-inspired feeling, like standing in a gigantic building playing where Pink Floyd is played or Black Sabbath is played, and you know that it's really impacting 10,000 people at once. And you take the good, and you take the bad. There's if I had to choose, it would be a place like this. Like, what is this, like 800 to 1,000 people or 2,000?
1,800, 2,000.
Yeah, in that range where it's like you kind of get the best of both worlds. It's a big show, but you still cram everybody in. I walked into this place. I think we might have played it before. Was it Vistacino? Yeah, we it's hard to know, but I love venues like this. I always say it reminds me of being in the movie Wayne's World when they play shows at the Gasworks or whatever. I love playing in venues like this, and you can't ask for more. We're in Germany. We're in this beautiful venue. It doesn't get much better.
Yeah. On the other side of the street is a Palladium, 4,000 people just across the street. Sometimes in both venues concerts. So
that's our dream. Yep. Go there. Headline.
Okay, what do you think about big festivals like Wacken, 70,000, 80,000 people?
Yeah, let us play. We haven't played Wacken yet.
I've never been there too, so...
Oh, okay, well, there we go. Maybe we go together.
But yeah, it's great. Awesome. We love all that stuff. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Grass Pop is one of the best festivals in the world as far as organization and really taking care of artists and also making sure that the facilities are really great for the people who are attending the festival. It made it really easy for us to go out into the normal area of the festival and go shopping for rock patches and get a sausage and a beer and see what it's like to be at that festival, and you feel like it's probably one of the best.
I don't know festivals in US or Canada.
Yeah.
What are they like?
They're all right. Yeah, just same kind of thing. It's I don't know. It's a different vibe.
He's being nicer than I would be.
So let it all out.
Nah, it's just a different scene. I think a lot of times it's not as much about the people that are running the festivals as it is that they're designed for the people that attend them, and I think certainly some festival promoters and organizers should come to Europe and see how it's done, because I really do think it is a step up in Germany and the UK and everything. You guys originated the outdoor festivals, a long time ago, UK especially. We've played a bunch of great festivals in North America. I just think that overall the caliber of festivals could be better. But again, it's reflective of the scene that they're in. I could sit here and say that there should be more rock festivals, but if there's not people that are going to attend them, then it's not a fair thing to say. So the ones that we've done are great. There's been a couple really great ones in America that we've done. Rock on the Range was really good, but they're not doing it anymore. It's changed into something else that I think has got a way bigger demographic of fans and people to come and to make sure that they sell tickets. So it's hard to say. There's good festivals everywhere, but I think that the majority of them are, if you're like rock and metal, they're in Germany and the UK.
Okay, is rock and roll dead or going to be dead in America?
I don't like the question. Only because I think that anytime that you have a band like us or the Wild or Rival Sons standing in front of you, it's dead when there's no more bands. When there's no more fans and no more bands, then you can say it's dead. I think that sentiment is a lot more prevalent in North America. I get asked that question a lot more often in North America, and I always say that you need to go to Germany. I say you need to go to the UK, and then you get your answer.
Brad of the Glorious Sons told me that he wants to move rock and roll to a new level.
Is this from the Glorious Sons?
Yep.
Said this? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're young and so full of piss and vinegar, and I, love them to death. If they're the ones to do it, go for it. I think we have much humbler aspirations, which is just to keep on keeping on with what we're doing. We're always blown away by the support that we've gotten, and I think that the fans speak for themselves whenever they attend the shows and buy the merchandise and come to the next band that comes next week. I love that kind of like, we want to change the world, you know, kind of like just step it to the next level mentality. It's not really the.
To be honest, he said he won't to be stuck in the 70s with the music song. He wants to, yeah, take the old rock and roll
And inject new.
and inject new. So
That's always what we've tried to do from the beginning when it comes to the style of the band. We didn't want to be just a straight throwback band. We don't want to sound like we're from the 70s. We want to be very obviously a hybrid of things from the past and things from the new. We take a lot of influences from stuff in the 90s, you know, grunge bands in the 90s. We take influences from riff rock and stoner rock bands of the 2000s and 21st century. So we try to incorporate all those ideas into the music, and I think it's really important to make it sound like you aren't just paying homage to Led Zeppelin. You actually are, you know, adding lots of different elements into the music. But again, do what you want, man. Whatever works is always okay by us. You know, we do what we want to do. I think the Glorious Sons do a fantastic job. Yeah. You know, they write great songs, and they write great songs for 2018. So that's all you can ask, really.
And you got help from an old man on your new record.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was talking about you.
Yeah, I am old.
Much older, much older.
Yeah.
More wrinkles and.
Not really.
He got bigger muscles than all of us.
He's a young looking fella. But yeah, he had Deed on the new record, and he's was kind enough to come out or not really come out. He did it in his studio, but he was kind enough to put some vocals on the track. And yeah, man, he's a really good dude. He's a really good supporter of us, and we're lucky to have him on our side. You know.
How
did you come together with Dee Snider?
Yeah, he came to us, man. It was really cool. We just got a message from him on Twitter one day. Yeah, he found out about the group while he was doing his musical in Toronto, and he went into a juice bar, and there was a fan of ours playing our music in the juice bar, and he heard it, and he immediately reacted to it and reached out to us, and has been a huge supporter on the internet, and, you know, telling his fans. Yeah, massive. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about, you know, all the different bands and people that we've opened for and have had support the group. It's so far and away from what we ever expected to get, you know, when doing this stuff. And yeah, it's been a blast, and having him on board is just is a huge honor, like you said.
Okay, I think we are running out of time. But one last question. As I said earlier, Canadian bands invading Europe. I think you heard of the Big Four. Yeah. What about a Big Four tour of Canada rock bands? You, Glorious Sons, The Wild, perhaps Danko Jones?
Yeah.
I think I'd take the Lazies over Danko Jones. No offense to Danko Jones. Danko Jones has been killing it over here for so long. Actually, you know what? You're going to need Danko Jones if you want to play the big venue. So yeah, let's take Danko Jones. He can headline, and then the other three we'll fight amongst ourselves.
Also, I would come. Are there any other bands from Canada you would like to tell our viewers about?
Tell them about the Lazies.
Oh, they're from Australia though, so they don't count.
They live in Canada. Aren't they repping the Canada flag now?
I don't know. I don't think you can do that. I think they have to say they're Australian. But anyways, yeah, Lazies are cool.
They sound Australian.
Dirty Nil.
Yeah, the Dirty Nil.
Yeah, they're the guys.
Yeah, we came with them before. They were it was us and them and Billy Talent. And yeah. So you could have Billy Talent in the Big Four too, but they're
a lot bigger than us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But not really a rock and roll band. They're not really a rock and roll band.
No.
So that's true.
I don't know what they are though. You know, like if I had to put them into a demographic, I'd call them a rock and roll band, but I don't know what. Post-punk, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. There's lots of great bands. We're happy to be part of it.
Okay. Thank you a lot. And last word is always to the artist. So whatever you want to say, you can do it now.
I feel like I've said a lot. You got
what do you want to say? You have one last thing.
We love Germany with all our hearts. We love you, Germany. We really do.
Okay. Thank you.
Metal-Heads TV.